Alright, today's a big day. It's an absolute pleasure of mine to, and kind of an honor here, quite an honor for VSN to reach out to me and want me to test his brand new F-104C standalone mod. Now this mod's not released yet. I got an early access look at it. He wanted me to test it. We'll get into the weeds on Into the Jungle here in a little bit. I have run into some snags that we're going to have to work through, specifically with something in Into the Jungle, but we can talk about that later. But I'd like to start with just saying what a fantastic job this dude has done on the external model. Now, the sun's coming up, so you're not seeing it in its full glory here. But the 3D model on this thing is just fucking fantastic, man. Really digging it. It's going to fit in great as an alert fighter with our F4s here. Man, I'm just really digging everything about this plane so far. For a free mod, again, this community is just awesome. You know, this is right up there with some payware material. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and jump into the cockpit and take a look at everything in there. Right now I'm on Into the Jungle, but what I've done is I've removed everything on the map with the exception of the units at the airfields to do a test, and so far it's working pretty great. I'm trying to isolate where the issue is and Into the Jungle because I really want to fly this. I really want to add this to the mission, so it's going to take some time to work out. The same with the F4 Bravo and Charlie that VSN has done. Really want to add it as well. It's just there's something there, and I don't know if it's with the script or another mod, but we'll work through it. So we'll go ahead and get fired up here so you can get a better look at the cockpit with it lit up. I'm not 100% sure if this is the correct way to do it. I'm just kind of following along with
turn on the ground power.
What we usually do with the VSN F4.
Copy.
I do know from an old Microsoft Flight Sim F-104.
Ground power is now on.
You needed ground power to get the thing cranked up and air. So now that we got ground power, get a little light in the cockpit here. And you can see the love that went into this. The weather texturing, just everything. And the radar works. There's a custom radar, which is awesome. Haven't done any combat in it yet, but just a fabulous job. With the attention to detail. I mean, for a free mod, you would expect this at minimum to be like a Flaming Cliffs 3 module. I mean, the detail is outstanding. It's right up there with the A4 mod. So, kudos to VSN for knocking this out of the park visually. Super impressed with the flight model too. You're always going to have your people out there that are going to be like, this isn't realistic, and your trolls. Again, this is a free mod that somebody's put a lot of time into, just like the Cayuse and the A4 and the Bronco. But they're definitely taking this up a notch. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and get the ground to give us some air here.
Chief, connect ground air supply.
And this does turn up, if you want to brighten it up a little more.
Ground air supply is now connected.
Keeps going up, and in VR this just man, this looks shit hot. Let's go to ground crew. We're gonna apply the air.
Chief, apply ground air supply.
Pull her out of idle.
Air is now applied.
Then we're gonna hold the starter switch down. Gonna watch your RPM raise. I hold it above 20, you know, and other simulators I've done, I think it gets to 10 and then you pull the throttle out of idle, and then it comes up above 20. I can't remember, but once it gets above 20, I let off the starter switch. She'll keep cranking. I haven't messed with comms with the guys yet. I haven't flown this while this is firing up. I haven't flown this with the guys, so I haven't done any combat. We haven't actually put it on the server, quote unquote. I'm getting a weird twitch, and I don't know if it's interfering with the script we have in Into the Jungle or if it's interfering with a static. I can confirm it's not interfering with the Bronco, the A4, the C-130, or the Cayuse, because I have all of them on the map right now at the airfields, and it's running fine. I mean, you've seen one or two pauses. That's indicative to the sun coming up and everything we had going on. But performance is stellar. So we've just got to weed out where the hiccup is and see if we can't work with VSN to make it more compatible, or if it's something we're going to have to live with, or maybe we have to eliminate a static, but I don't quite know where the disconnect is, so we'll be working on that. I will and Candy will, but let's we got the engine fired up here. Before I just keep flapping my jaws, let's go ahead and disconnect ground air supply.
Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
And this is modeled. I would think. It's very similar to the real thing, right? Like you have the canopy open while you're telling them to do this stuff. I'm sure in real life they probably had hand signals or something, but
Chief, turn off the ground power.
For flight sim or for DCS, you got to have the canopy open to get them to do this.
Ground power is now off.
All right, ground power is off. So what's cool I like about any mod, it's really cool. Anything you can make clickable in the cockpit in a free mod, just is that less of a hassle to have to bind stuff. So for the canopy, you're gonna right click, it'll close. Right click again, it'll seal. Another cool function, we've got an active RWR up here, which is super cool, and again, it looks badass in VR. Of course, I would turn this on and like when we get upstairs, but they've done a fantastic job. I mean, just badass modeling their own radar in here. I have not used it. I haven't bound any keys for weapons or the radar. I'm not going to go into the controls right now. I forgot to buy my trim, which will probably show is a pain in the ass on takeoff. You can click on the gear, your flaps. You've got your drag chute here is clickable. Here's your UHF radio. Again, I need to test that with the guys online. I haven't messed around too much down here. I was talking with the VSN boys, and this is going to be your selector switch for wingtip fuel tanks and so on and so forth. You'll utilize this in air-to-air refueling. There is air-to-air refueling, which I have not done, but expect a video on that sometime in the near future. It's going to be really cool, up in your face right there on the left. Not sure if TACAM works. You can definitely turn it on, so I'm assuming it does. But yeah, I'll have to go through and see what more. I mean, there's a decent amount that's clickable in the cockpit. I love that the stick and everything moves. I mean, again, attention to detail on all of that. I do know your weapon selector down there. Most of that is all operational. You can move it around. Again, I'll have to do a separate video on combat stuff, but right now we're good to go. So you got to bind nose wheel steering to steer the aircraft, and we'll just go ahead and get rolling. And it feels great taxiing. I mean, it feels like it looks is probably the best way to put it. And again, performance-wise, it's great. I attribute any of the issues I've had to something that's on Into the Jungle, because when I run this on any other map without what we have on Into the Jungle, it runs flawlessly. So what that tells me is it's either something in our script or something in one of the statics. I'm really excited that it's not any of the actual modules that we fly, the mods that we've downloaded.
Mexico 1-1, airborne.
I think those are B-52s that took off. So that pause, every once in a while that happens on ITJ. I think it's because the sun's coming up, the clouds are all over the place, but it is what it is. It's something we got to deal with until Vulcan or something comes out. So what I'd like to do with the 104 is use it for its intended purpose. Like we've been testing alert fighters for the F4s over there, all 3 of our F4s, and now we're spawning in, you know, some bombers that are attacking. We had a successful attack on Anderson last night that we failed to intercept, and they took out our C-130s over there, and then they redirected fire to the Air America site I've got put in over at the old airfield over there. So what I'd like to do is, and those will spawn with escort fighters randomly, which is really cool. I got smoked last night, yes, pretty bad, but I managed to get one of them. So what I'd like to do with the F-104, once we're pleased with where escort fighters are now with the F4, and once we get this working correctly into the jungle, what I'd like to do is dedicate the F-104 to high altitude intercepts. So heavy bombers, and you'll see why. So this is a crotch rocket, man. This thing gets off the deck fast, and I want to use this for its intended purpose, which is get up there, intercept, and get back. So let's see if I can give this a shot without making myself look stupid. So again, you're probably going to want to add some trim on takeoff. I don't have trim bound, which I should, but alright, she is cooking. There's 250. Gears up, we're hitting 300. Flaps up. Yeah, just a fantastic 3D model. So we leave the cans on, or the can. Your fuel quantities down there, and this thing cooks, man. I'm almost 30 degrees nose up, and we're still climbing to Mach 1 almost. And I mean, we're booking it upstairs, and this is what she was known for. Was getting up quick and going after high altitude bombers. So that's exactly what my intention is for Into the Jungle with this aircraft, is to use it for that. Now, I do know she has rockets, and I don't know the full backstory. I need to do a little more research. I know there was some ground attack capabilities, but I'd like to use it for what its intended purpose was bomber intercepts. Because this 3D model is just fantastic, man. Like, and you feel it. I mean, in VR, it's awesome. I mean, you feel the speed getting up here quick, and it's going to be a real unique time getting up high, meet those bombers, intercepting them, getting back around on their tail, and doing the thing, and then coming back. So, yeah, I'm really impressed with this aircraft. The flight model's good. As far as bugs go, honestly, and this is more toward VSN because I know he'll be watching this video, the mills, your mill right there where you can rotate, it doesn't seem to be very precise. It seems to kind of like be all over the place. That's really only been my only thing that I've noticed so far, and it's kind of petty, right? I don't know how applicable it's really going to be depending on the usage of the aircraft, but I'm sure we'll come across a few other things. But right now, as far as Into the Jungle is concerned, I would love to just drop this in there and go at it, but I'm definitely experiencing some hiccups with twitching in VR when I'm looking. Like right now, it's been an absolutely butter smooth experience, no issues. I am on Into the Jungle right now. I don't have any of the enemy units or anything down there. It's just all the stuff at Anderson, Olaf, and the FARPs. My intent was, when shooting this video, is to see if anything there caused any issues. So that helps me narrow down where the problem is. So everybody can absolutely expect me to work on getting this incorporated into the jungle. But for the time being, we're gonna have to wait on VSN to release this bad boy, and you can expect more videos from me and the guys. You know, Zipper and Candy have it. We need to get it on the server when we can iron out what the issue is, and then really put it through its paces. Intercepting aircraft. Those are going to be some really good videos. But yeah, very fired up and very, very, very thankful VSN gave us the opportunity to test this and promote his work. I'm going to do a separate video on the F4. I can't recommend its stuff enough. They updated the F4 as well. I believe the flight model was updated this year, and the aesthetics, the textures. So I definitely recommend checking that out. I think they got with the A4 crew and did some stuff. I'm not sure what happened underneath the sheets, but it definitely works with the new plane directors. I'll demonstrate that here in a little while, and let you take a look at how fantastic the Bravo and Charlie model look for the F4. I've talked with the guys. We're definitely wanting to incorporate that into the jungle as well. It's not everybody's cup of tea, the F4, you know, but if you don't have the funds to get the Phantom from Heat Blur, man, again, I'll brag about it. VSN has just knocked it out of the park with the same fidelity as the F-104, just bringing a fantastic free module to the community. So with that, we'll call this video. Expect more on the F-104, and looking forward to learning more about the aircraft and doing some air-to-air stuff and some air-to-air refueling and showing y'all what she's capable of. But hopefully any of you out there that enjoy this are looking forward to it, and we'll definitely be posting when it's complete, feature complete and released. And you can expect to find the download link and all the kudos to VSN on our ITJ thread. And yeah, more to come. Yeah, again, VSN, thanks for the fantastic work and everything you're doing for the community. I can't state that enough, man. The free mod makers are underrated, and I don't know if you get enough of the kudos you need. But again, we wouldn't have a Vietnam experience without developers like yourself. So thank you very much for giving us the opportunity for this, and I look forward to pushing more of your work out there and promoting you.